And this is happening in every aspect of Americans' life politically. As a matter of fact, they make people make great decisions of their life based on total ignorance. One line, instinctive lines they throw out. The Vietnamese are communists, let's wipe them out. Saddam Hussein is a monster, let's get him. Could you imagine that? They know nothing about Kuwait. They know nothing about Iraq. They don't know when they were together. They don't know how they came apart. They don't know what force put them apart. They don't know what moral force kept them together. They don't know why after conditions made they didn't come back together. They don't know what Zionism is. They don't know what the state of Israel is doing. They know absolutely nothing except Saddam Hussein is a monster. Let's fight him out. This stupidity in the country, this calculated stupidity, affects the African masses more because they read even less than the others. And they need to read more than the others. Our people suffer because they lack knowledge. At this stage of human development, one of the best ways to acquire knowledge indirectly is through reading. I mean, I know you all dance a lot, and I ain't got nothing against dancing, but who can go over to the library once in a while? Knock a book down, pick it up, you might put something in your hand. The old man in Africa told me, son, if you want to give your son something, he said, don't give him no house, fire can burn it up. He said, don't leave him no money, inflation can eat it up, somebody can steal it. He said, put the truth in his head, nothing can take it out. Thus, in order to be a Pan-Africanist, one must study. In order to be a Pan-Africanist, one must study. In order to be a Pan-Africanist, one must study. You can't come on that jive-o. You got to study. Now, I know the difficulty we have in making our people study. I know it. When I was honorary prime minister of the Black Panther Party, my job was to collect the guns for the party. Matter of fact, I was always clever. I knew when trouble came, I'd have to have the guns under my control. So as soon as I got in the party, first thing I was looking for was the guns. That's right. The guns were under my control, you understand? Because according to the Panther makeup, the East Coast the army of the Black Panther Party was divided into two divisions, and first the Field Marshal. There was an East Coast Field Marshal and a West Coast Field Marshal. The country was divided along the Mississippi River. Anything from the Mississippi to the east was held by the East Coast Field Marshal. Anything from the Mississippi to the west was handled by the West Coast Field Marshal. East Coast Field Marshal was a brother by the name of Chico Neblett, now named Sekou Neblett. Of course, we started to stick together, came in the Black Panther together, so we had straight ideological line. Up till now, he's a member of the All African People's Revolutionary Party. On the West Coast, they had a brother by the name of DC, Don Cox. Now, before I came, I was looking around and heard about this brother DC. I got to get him under my wing. When I came here, since the Panther leadership was afraid of the guns, they put me to stay with DC. So, I had both of them under my wing, so I had the guns. You understand? Eldridge and them were talking. Only the FBI in our group knew the strength of the Black Panther Party. They didn't even know what the strength was. And I always keep the guns under my control because I know when trouble goes down, talking is good. But as we used to say as kids, talk is cheap, said Big Boy Pete. I got a 45 by my side. Yeah, so we always have to, you know what? One of the things that keeps me going, people say, what keeps you going? What keeps me going is the beauty of my people. I have a golden opportunity every day of my life to meet true brothers and sisters who come willingly to give their sacrifice, to give their blood, to give their life for the struggle. And they don't even think, hear me well, they don't even think that when the struggle advances that they will be capable of occupying any of the positions up there. As a matter of fact, they'll tell you, like one just told me in Ghana the other day, he said, well, he said, what we gonna do? He said, I ain't got no education, he said, and I don't much, but I can get out there and fight. And once the place opens up, you can go up there and talk for me. That's the attitude. They don't even expect to enjoy rewards. They think they're incapable of enjoying the rewards. This is what keeps me going all my time. Of course, in our revolution, I see a lot of opportunistic scum in this. But this beauty of the people, their willingness to sacrifice all just to advance the struggle, looking for no rewards, is what keeps me going all the time. And I meet them all. The Panthers, I used to meet them all the time. I mean, brothers and sisters who got touched by the movement and really wanted to fight. And you go there, they want to show me everything they knew, because I was their prime minister. They never had one, So I come in there and they say, Comrade Prime Minister. They blindfold themselves, sisters, take their guns, break it back, put it together, blindfold, say, how we doing, and they be ready for target practice, and I'd be appraised, y'all doing well. Then I take a little pamphlet out and I say, hey, look, I want you all to read this pamphlet. Oh, I don't read no book. I don't read no book. What do you want to read for? understand? That's to say, they were willing to shed their blood for their people, but not willing to acquire some ideas for the people's struggle. You understand? So I know the struggle. I mean, our intelligentsia is the most corrupt in the world. Because since we have the most corrupt bourgeoisie in the world, and they're trying to join the bourgeoisie, it's logical, it's clear. But we have to fight with our intelligentsia because they have to use their knowledge for the people. And that's why we say we're struggling for the minds of our people, not the hearts. But we got the hearts. If I asked every one of you, how many of you love your people? Every hand would go up. If I were to ask you, how many of you are working for your people? Look here, Brother Kwame, we like our people, we love them. So we understand what we're talking about is working. Pan-Africanism then calls for study. We want to make it clear here. If you're a Pan-Africanist, you got to be studying, because the reason why we're ashamed of Africa is because we're ignorant of Africa. Yes. We said any man, woman ignorant is ignorant of world history. Africa's contributions are overwhelming, just in the area of religion. Africa gave monotheism to the world, belief in one God. And when Africa was practicing monotheism, no other area of the world was doing so. To the east, they were worshipping the sun. To the north, they were worshipping idols. The first chronological religion to preach monotheism, belief in one God, was Judaism. Africa gave Judaism to the world. I know it's hard for you even to understand this, but it's because you don't read. If you would go and get a book by Sigmund Freud, I didn't say Ben Jokanen. I didn't say Dr. Ben. I said Sigmund Freud. If you would look at Sigmund Freud's last book, it's entitled Moses and Monotheism. And they hide it, but it's there in your library. Boogaloo over there. You knock down some books, it'll fall. If you will go and look at this book, you will see Freud using archaeological, historical, and psychoanalysis, among other proofs, come to show us that Moses was an Egyptian. And of course, you know, Egypt is in Africa.